So now I'm on the right page here. So once you are logged in, right here, you will not see a project. Okay. So first thing, what you need to do is you probably will see empty thing here, right?
I think this page, is this the right one?
Yeah, that is the right page,
Okay.
but that is empty, right?
Yeah.
So first thing, what you need to do is you have to go and create a project here. So you can click on the create project on the right side. Just pay attention here, okay? And I'm gonna record this one. So I'm recording, so just in case if you want to follow the steps, you can do that. And give it a name of Rflown or whatever project that you have to give it. For me, it's I already created, so it gives me project already exists. But I can say Rflown 1 and I should be fine. Okay. And another thing, you can make it a public or private. Okay. So private means only certain team members who you invite can work through it. If you can make it public, anybody in the world can see your project. Okay. But you make sure you leave it selected to private. And I'll show you how you can invite your team members so you can work through the same project. Okay. If you have to, if you are working in a team, then you can use the same project so that everybody can create different test cases in the same folder. So for now, leave it private and click on create. And it will take maybe a minute or so. Now you will see Rflown 1 here. Okay. Now this one is kind of like an empty. There is nothing there, right? The important part is you have to go create the requirement, because everything starts from the requirement to the test case. That's where you will be tying your test cases in the tool. So in order to create the requirement, you have to access the boards. This is the board, the Agile board that we talked about, right? So this is the board. I'm going to click on there, board. Right now everything is empty. Okay, as soon as you click over here, it will show this empty screen here. There is nothing there. And one best thing I can do is I can say click new item, and here whether I can create epic, issue, or task here. Now this is by default setup. Okay, this is by default setup. What I'm looking for is the user stories, because that is what I'm creating. Basically, I need to create the requirements. So I need to go to the actual boards here. Okay, so there are different features here. These are work items. So you can start creating the epic, then features, and then all your stories. But we'll go directly create the stories under boards. So boards and boards. Okay, on this view here. So this is, remember, this is the view. It's kind of like similar to the board view that we have, right? And this is where we will be start creating our stories here. I like this view because it's easier. You can just go to the board and just start creating all your stories. And in order to get there, I clicked on the boards again. Okay, this is the view, boards. Where do you go?
So
yeah, this is the board. So here I can click on new item, and let's say I'm writing my first requirement, and we can say super user can create any type of users. Okay, that is my first requirement. I simply hit enter and I'm good. Make sure you guys create all 6 requirements that is given to you as a homework. All 6, okay? And so they all should be listed here, all of 6 of those. It shouldn't take you much time, okay? Make sure you create the requirement.
it doesn't have to be in order.
It doesn't have to be in order, okay? There is no order here. It's just stories. You can dump any story that you like.
You went through the one with the epic or something like that. Is that something we're gonna talk about, or is something that we?
I'll show you if you guys need it. Okay.
Okay.
But there is another way of creating it.
Okay.
Epic to feature to stories.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a relationship. But let's focus on certain basic things. How can we create stories? How can we tie back? In the real world, okay, you guys will not create stories yourself. Who owns the stories? BA. Okay. So they will already have created for you. You just go in and create your quality assurance side of things, which is test cases, detailed steps, all those things. Okay, so goal is to create all six, those six that we talked about for you guys for now. And then we will focus on the actual testing side of things, QA side of things. Okay, so I might have lender can only approve or reject credit application, right? This could be my second story. The same way you can add all six. Now, from your perspective, where are my test cases? How can I document it, right? As part of this thing. The good thing about the tools, make sure you play around with the tool. Okay. So here, you see these three dots here. That's where you will see add task, add test, and other things. Okay. So here I can go and add my test.
So that is test cases, test step.
Add test. I'll show you how you can actually go and do that. Right. Now, what are the different scenarios possible for super user can create any type of users? Can you tell me quickly? What are different things? What are
create dealer user.
Okay, so super user SA can create dealer user, right? SA can create lender user, right? SA can create system admin, right? System admin user. SA can create RFREP user. For now, I think the 4 are good, right? But you should have all of them listed there. They are kind of like a linked automatically because you are creating in the tool. So that this, whatever you create here, it's already linked to this story or requirement. Okay. Now here, I don't see the details. Where do I go write the details? I just wrote the scenarios, high level test cases, nothing else. This could be from your title, right? Whatever title you have, that could go in there from your paper printout of the test case. But where do I write the details? So that's where you click on the actual link or title there, and it should pop up another box like this. Okay. So as I said, this is a title. You can create leader user. Now there is an area here for writing the steps. Okay. So this is where all your steps go. Okay. In this area. But you also have precondition, postcondition, and summary. The good thing and bad thing about the tools, this particular tool, as well as ALM or Jira, they don't support the precondition and postcondition within the tools. But there is on the right side, there is a summary section here. Can you guys see it from the back? Okay, I just want to make sure. This is a summary section, and here I can write down anything I need. So precondition, what is my precondition for this one? System admin creating a dealer user. SysASIC login credential exists. What else? Dealer exists. Dealer, let's say we are specifying, right? Germain Toyota exists in the RFlow. Okay, so you can put your preconditions in the summary section. If you have post condition, you can put it over there. Let's go correct some spelling here, right? So now let's go and add some steps here. So let's walk through the steps. So again, you need to have understanding how you're gonna test this thing, right? So what is my first step? RFlow site, access RFlow site, right? Expected result, and you can specify all your test data here. URL as well. This is and I am our Flown homepage is open. Okay. Now there is an attachment here. Okay, attachments. Basically, you can attach certain things within the steps. So if you have a lot of test data for creating the user, you can attach right within the step that test data instead of writing something like this. Okay. Instead of writing something like that, you can attach within the step. Okay. And I'll show you how we can do that. Second step would be login using system admin credential. Again, you can specify the credentials here, or you can put it in the summary or anywhere. Okay. System admin homepage is displayed. Then what? You guys remember what else you need to do?
Access Jira.
You access user creation, right? Functionality or screen. Creation module. What is expected result here at this point? User empty, user new user screen is displayed. Okay. Fill out user details, right? Select dealer as German, right? What is my expected result here? Username is generated, right? Now what? What is your verification? What is that you're gonna do here next? How are you gonna verify whether it's working, right?
SA logs out.
You can do that, right? SA logs out, log out and log back in with new username generated. New username credential. Now what you gonna verify here? Am I able to log in? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yes.
Yeah, login verification.
Is it gonna be remember what type of user you are verifying? What should I see when I log in? Right? You need to say I can see dealer. I'm on the dealer user homepage. I cannot say I'm just logged in. I'm done, right? Because I could be on the wrong page. How do I know it's a dealer user? It could be system might be generating different type of user, even though you are selecting dealer. Okay. So at this point, I'm done, right? And I can save it and close it. Okay. Now here, as soon as I click save, right, it showed me kind of like a little bit different here. So I see this box which says 4 test cases are attached, right? So this is what it is. I can expand collapse, and if I go back in, and I can see all my steps saved along with my test case here. Okay. So now I can create it. If you have to execute it, somebody else, they can go in the tool and execute the test case. No worries. Okay. Now I was talking about attachment, right? Here, you can do attach file here. Click on attachments, and you can attach anything here from the tool. Okay. So you can print out basically. You can have if you have any test files or any pictures you want to attach, you can just go click at add attachment, find the file and attach within the tool. Okay. So let's go back here. All right. And I'm going to close out this one. Let's say I'm working through the second one. Okay, lender user. Now what's different here between the one I wrote versus here? So I'm essentially going to have the same steps.
Instead, but they
Right?
said dealer, you could land.
So I have two choices, right? I mean, I have one simple choice would be I write whatever I wrote over there and just come here. But that's not a good way of using the tools. If you have to keep on writing the same thing over and over again, it doesn't really help you, right? To speed up your process. Okay. And that's the advantage of using the tools. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the one that I wrote. And as here, essentially this one is same, this one is same, this one is same, right? First 2, 3 steps are same, and fourth one and fifth one are different. Okay. So now if I look at other users pages, right, this one is again going to be same pretty much. So what I can do is I can convert them to the shared step. Okay. So I can make it reusable. So here I have, so if I navigate here on this menu items here, it says insert shared steps. It says this one will say create shared steps. So I'll select this one and I'll say click on create. Let's give some name. Access our flow and application. Give some meaningful name, right? And say create. So it will change this one to this one. It doesn't have expected result. It saves the expected result with the shared step. Okay, it automatically saves it. Second one, logins credential, I'll change it to login as system admin. Okay, so that's what I'll give it a name. So that one is changed. Third one, I'll give it a name, access user creation module. Okay. So now this one will look a little bit different, and I'm going to go save it. Okay, and then I'll open the second one. And here I can use whatever shared steps I created by clicking on the second one, insert shared steps. And here, when I open, I don't see anything, but I can run the query and I can see all three. Okay, so first one is access our flow steps, right? So it will automatically put in this one. Okay, then I go to the second one. Let me close out. Let's go back because it opened that one. So I need to select it and insert set steps. Okay, so it will look same. Okay, so if you click, what happened was I clicked on this link, so it opened that one. Instead of that, I should have just selected. So I can select here and click on insert set step. Okay, now log in as a system admin and do the third one same way. And I can have. Now I can write my 2 steps, okay, and I'm done. Okay, so that makes it a little bit faster for you. Instead of writing everything everywhere, you can create certain steps.
What is the expected result? The one that we wrote automatically, like, I mean,
it doesn't show up here, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine. So it automatically saved within the set steps. Okay. And let me show you where it goes and makes a difference, right? So I'm gonna close out this one. I know this one is not done, but you have to add 2 more steps for the actual verification. So I'm gonna go save it halfway. So you don't see it here, right? But let's say we are executing it. So here, I don't see it here, right? Because once I convert it, it's gone. But what happens is when I say, again, that's once you create it, how do I run it, right? So you go back to the 3 dots again here, and you can say run test. It will change to run test over there. And this window should open. Okay. This is the execution. Remember, you are in testing phase. Basically, now you have to execute one by one all your test cases that you created. Okay. So what you're gonna do as part of your testing? What is that you do in testing? I mean, it's nice to have this window is open, but what is for me as a QA? You have to follow the instruction and do, see if the software works the same way that you plan for, right? Here, it says access rflown and expected result is rflown homepage is open, right? So if I go in the browser and if I follow my own steps, I'm going to type in the URL. Okay, my home page is open, right? So what you're gonna do is, this step is complete. You have to make sure you have to pass the step or fail the step, every step. Okay, so this is where I'm going to say pass the step. Okay, the second one, log in as system admin. If you know the credential, go and enter credentials. Now it says system admin homepage is displayed. Is it system admin homepage? Yes, I can verify it, right? I can see admin homepage, dealer homepage, I can access all the modules. So this step is also working good. Okay, access user creation module. How do I go to the user creation? If you know how to get there, basically you perform the step or action and click on new. Okay, I'm on the new user, empty page is displayed. Yep, it's working good. All right. Then fill out user details, right? That is my next step. This one. And I start filling out. So dealer user, I'm going to select. I have a shop. See if I can select the German. Oh, I don't have German. So my precondition is not there, right? So you have to go create it or you change your test case to use whatever is there, okay? So let's say I select ABC, fill out. So I have a new username, which I wrote it down, right? I'm given a new user. So my step says, yep, actually username is generated. Yep, username is generated. So my next step is log out and log back in, right? So at this point I'm good. So HHP and that's my username. And I'm going to log in with the password. See if I can go to the login. And is this the right home page? That's what I'm verifying. Okay. And it seems like it's the right home page. So I'll pass this step. And at this point, my testing is complete. This test case is all good, and I can pass it. Okay. So I can select pass test here, and I'm done with it. So that's like a happy path scenario. This is a good scenario, right? But what if something is failing? What you need to do at that point? Let's say instead of this home page, you are expecting a system admin home page and not you are seeing the dealer home page. What is that you're supposed to do? Defect, right? So where do you go and create a defect? So in the tool, you have the create issue right at the top. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm last step failed. I'm going to mark it failed. I'm going to put a comment instead of dealer homepage. It displayed dealer home user. What is that? rfrep homepage. So I'm seeing the wrong homepage. So my test case failed on the last step. I need to send that back to the user. I mean to the developers. Okay. So I'll go create issue. Click on create issue, and it will automatically pull in all the steps. Okay. And it says what step it failed. Okay. So here you don't have to type in much other than if you want to take a screenshot and attach of the actual home page, you can do that. So I can actually attach the screenshot of this thing. How can I take a screenshot, right? So I have a snipping tool, and everybody has it. Okay, if you are using Windows, you should have it. I don't know what's on the Mac, but you should be able to take a screenshot using. So open this tool, click on New, and take a screenshot, and you can save it or copy it. Okay, so you can let's say copy, right? And then I go back to the bug here, and let's put some more details here. And that whole screenshot I can paste it, okay? So that they know, okay, what's wrong with it. And your comment is already displayed here, right? My comment is already there on the Fails tab, so they understand, okay, what's wrong with it. Okay. And you can enter title fail, and it will require you to enter some type of title, okay, some type of problem statement. Wrong homepage display after logging in. Okay, click on save and close. At this point, you are done with your testing for this particular test case. And you send the bug back, and you are good. Save and close.
So all the team members have access to this page, and they can the developers and everyone can see what.
See, this is what happened, right? So you create the test case,
Yeah.
right? And you fail, you create a bug.
Mm-hmm.
First thing in the morning, you guys discuss. Who is checking how many bugs are open, all those things, and the developers say, okay, I can take on this bug. Let me go fix it.
Okay.
And he will take 9 a.m. They'll come and fix the bug. And then next day you will have that for testing. Okay, so that's the whole cycle repeats, right? Within the tool, you can repeat the whole thing faster instead of sending in the email or whatever you are doing. Okay, then you repeat the cycle for second one, third one. If you have 500 test cases, you have to do that for everything. That's why it's a full-time job, right? It's not a part-time job or. But execution part is only 20 or 25% of your work, okay? Other part is very important. How do you even get to this part? How do you come up with the testing side of thing, writing the test case, scenarios? That's where you're gonna spend most of the time. 25% on testing side, yeah. That's for the phase, one phase. That's what it is.
So this one, what we're doing right now is within the Azure?
This is in the testing phase.
So we consider this is within the
No,
Azure?
within the Azure, right?
Okay.
But you can still, remember, this is a 3-week sprint.
Yeah.
Remember, so within 3 weeks, you are doing the whole process for the whatever stories that you have. So for you guys, it's a 6 stories, right? So you're gonna test out all 6 stories. Make sure end of 3 weeks, those 3 stories work, all 6 stories work. Okay. So you have to repeat the cycle unless developer delivers a good code, quality code. Is everybody clear on the process here?
This is cool.
Understand the process? Because you have to understand, this is what you need to explain in the interview, what you're gonna be doing, okay? If you have worked on the tool, understand this process, you should be able to say, yep, no brainer. I can explain.
The one we're using right now is Azure DevOps with the Microsoft, and
That is correct.
there are other tools.
Other tools works very similar.
Similar like this.
Very similar. You have always gonna have requirement. You always gonna have to write test case with the steps. Pre-condition, post-condition, where you write it, what will little bit different. But otherwise, tools are tools. Process is the important. If you understand, you are good. All right, so here is what I want you guys to do. Now you understand the process, so we're gonna focus on understanding the tool from your perspective, okay? So you have to really, I'm hoping you all have at least 6 test cases. Minimum 6, right? So you have to go log in first, access the site, okay? Set up your account. If you haven't created account, go and set it up. Okay. Create Airflow. Let me write down here. I'm going to open Notepad. Okay, first thing, login, set up, create account in Azure DevOps for accessing EFS, VSTS, whatever we call it, right? And where do you go? So Azure DevOps, you search for it, and let me put the VSTS. So this is the URL. You should be on this URL. Now once you log in, right? After you log in, create new project, okay? Airflow. Name as Airflow, okay? So this is what, so because you don't have project, right? You are logging first time, you have to have a project. Third one, access board, right? Board menu, look at the board menu. And click on board. Boards menu. So there are boards and within that you have board. Okay. Create 6 user stories. Okay. All that's given for homework. Okay. Create at least 6 test cases. Okay. End to end. Steps and all those things. I want you to create the set steps and everything as well. Okay, whatever you think is common, go create it. Okay. Then execute test cases and defects. Create new defect or issue, right? Attach screenshot. Okay. I'm going to leave this open. Okay. So let's work through now. If you want to take 5-minute break, you can do it. But otherwise, we'll work through today.
Can you move the notepad a little bit down? I think it's because of that security alarm device. You can't see it all over.
Which one?
The notepad.
Oh, notepad. Oh, sorry.
Just bring it a little bit down.
Oh, here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. All right.